making moves.
And up top 33, he's TP back in. They wanted to try and make something happen with Saxa, but they're outnumbered. Crypt being there, Burrow Strike does come out, and that allows 33 to walk away. Arteezy taking a lot of damage from the Sandstorm, apply the tree and eat it up.
You can see right there. Everyone just sits in the Sandstorm. It's so much AoE.
You've got to get out of it.
Yeah, plus the Epi coming out later. But look for Crit. I think he's been the stellar performer for EG this entire tournament, even talking to the players. Like, they think he's on fire. And if he gets a blink by 15 minutes or so, that could be what they need to equalize.
And yeah, it's such a good hero to have him on. We've seen already what this hero can do. Yapso in that last series, just giving us a masterclass on the Shaker. And as you definitely, you can expect big things to come out from Crit this game as well.
But check out mid lane. This is the downside of the LC mid, where Sumail's just keeping control on his hill. Vada can't really play middle anymore. He's got 79 damage. Morphling sitting on 110. And a nice job. Always having raindrops is Sumail. So even if you get the huge Q nuke off, it's just not going to do much. And look at this, 2 auto attacks and one measly little adaptive strike, and you've got Vada almost down to half HP.
I mean, what
can grab a last hit in just a moment.
Now this morph has, as you say, just been in a lane where a lot of lane matchups, of course, but as a morphling, he's just been uncontested. Sumail.
Yeah, bottom.
Very easy work on that.
Ace is picking up his Midas. It's on Courier, and he saved his ultimate. So we'll have double Midas usage pre-8 minutes. Don't know the average time, but certainly not bad, especially when you consider his map-up advantage against Drow. But like Grant said, it's the level 25 Drow that makes him, that's scary. But Arc Warden will be the king of this mid-game once you get that ability to shove lanes, and that is what I think EG's weakness is in this draft. If you can get towers and keep lane control, you'll just out-farm EG until you eventually just, you have an insurmountable lead and you just go win the game.
Heavy pressure on S4 there, and that first Tempest double usage and the Spark Race and Fluxes. As S4's going to have to be careful in the trees. Has got a south. Sumail, haste runed up. He's found PPD wandering in the river. There should be a bit of a freebie for him as he zips in. Waveform, and that'll do it. PPD's dead. Sumail having the free farm and now a free kill. As we come back into lane fodder. Obviously does have the duel, but not a target that he can do anything about even with it. As this Morphling, so much HP to work with.
Yeah, tonight it's a 2K lead for NIP. You're feeling good, but it's 10 minutes soon. You want to make a play around the Catapult Wave and the Bounty Rune spawn. This is a nice start, though. Fly should go down here. TP from Brew.
Obi, and that is a level 6 Brew. That's able to pick up enough XP on that bottom lane before he comes in. So now they can maybe try and find some kills out of it. 33 will sprout himself up, tries for the TP, but there's the Ice Path. They've held him back, and with that movement from S4, they should get 33. Saxo is on top of Fly, though. Fly's actually stuck. Fly will fall. They'll get the trade 1-for-1.
You take that, though. 1-for-1, you force the split. Brew forced to abandon the bottom lane. They actually just did a swap. Sumail's down here. He's got treads. Looking to make a play. They have a ward behind tower, but Ace, he knows something's up, and he's got Midas off cooldown. He wants to use that ASAP.
Yeah, we'll be able to get that neutral creep camp. And the ward's coming down, as you see still that observer ward deep from EG behind that tier 1, keeping tabs on Ace's farm. They've got their eyes on S4, they want to make a play whilst that split is unavailable. Leading with the Burrow Strike from Saxa, here comes the TPs, will they be there soon enough? Flies in to slow down Saxa. S4 backing away, PPD keeping that burn upon him. Won't be enough to kill S4, as S4 will survive.
Yeah, slight miscue there. If PPD had got the mango off onto Saxa before he stunned in, he would have been able to epi and possibly secure a kill on both heroes. Instead, the Catapult Wave is about to spawn, and they're still going to have to deal with S4.
I did come across to see if he could maybe take those bounty runes away, but they'll keep their hands on those top 2. Bottom lane.
Yep. I like this decision from Sumail. Get out of mid lane, leave it for your Drow Ranger. Arteezy needed some XP, so he gets 6 much faster, and now you just go collect a free tower.
Yeah, no defense here from NIP. And this will be more money into the bank for Sumail.
Yep. It's really good movement because you want the crit shaker down here to just safeguard Sumail. He really can't die as long as there's something to peel an LC. And now, after the tower dies, you leave crit because he's so far away from any enemy structures that no one can come here without showing on the wards that EG's placed. Tops the move for NIP though, and nice job Flight.
Macropire will be able to try and clear the way, but they have the fortification and the duel coming in. Fada picks up the first bit of bonus damage this game. But they'll move on to that tier 1 tower. S4 still hanging around, 15 seconds, and split will be available. But this is not a defense that they'll hold. They'll let this tier 1 go.
Both teams have a great read on the game. EG, oh, hold up.
Oh, Sumail. See if he can go for this one. The Tempest WA should have obviously the numbers, and Ace will make sure he doesn't feed that double away either to Sumail.
Yeah, you can see like NIP, they recognize, okay, 10 minutes, we abandon bot, and immediately we put Ace mid, the rest of us go top. You want to swarm these towers. EG recognized, look, we can try and mitigate the damage, but there's no way we're fighting right now. I think S4, he's either going to be going for Blink or Midas. I think it'll end up being a Midas just because this game will most likely go so late. Bottom, Sox on the pursuit, 3-3's profit.
Crit got any way out? It's got a TP, that'll do. No other way to stop it. An immediate TP towards that mid one. That's smart. They think he's gone out of there. He's ready to go straight back into the action with this smoke alongside Sumail and S4.
Yep, he's got Tranquil Soul Ring. He has no need to ever return to base. He's got Dunk prepared, and yeah, this is a great move. This will be faster paced than NIP.
They can get Ace.
That split.
This is a big catch if they can manage to get on top of him. S4 charging in. Fisher comes out. S4 gets the clap slow. Splits out as well. Can PPD save Ace? That's the question. Zip forward from Sumail. He's looking towards PPD on the back. There'll be a cold embrace for Ace. They'll surround him. Butter's coming in as well, but the Echo Slam onto the two of them holds him back. Ace will go down. EG get the kill onto the Arc Warden.
Yep, and they throw up LC as well. Fly might look to set up on this, but I think EG, they're just going to take that kill and get the hell out of here. Although on the bot side,
they get PPD as well. Sumail with that last adaptive strike picks up a second. 2 kills for EG off the back of that quick move.
And the big downside for the NIP, I believe Soxa took Tome because PPD is only level 4. If he's got ult there, that's the peel to prevent this Panda ult from reigning supreme in all of these mid-game engagements. He needs 6. Otherwise, all EG has to do is right there. Like, just dive, find the kill on Arc Warden, there's nothing anyone can do to save him.
And with those kills, Sumail getting closer and closer to having the Lincolns. And once he has that first sort of item, the lockdown problem becomes even greater from NIP.
And again, just this is what we've seen from Drowse over and over. It doesn't matter how you counter the hero. If you can't deny his safe triple camp, bottom side for Dire, top side for Radiant, Arteezy, it doesn't matter how bad his game was, he's about to surpass his offlaner in net worth, and all he has to do is continuously farming around this shrine. And I don't know how you break into it at this point if you're NIP. You need to kill mid tower first, but you can see there's no way EG's going to let that go without a fight. What is Fada going to go?
He's got the drums. Getting that extra win lace potentially as well, so he has that chase, that movement speed. They've got to try and find some jewels. So far, it's just been the one up top.
Yep.
And 13 minutes in, they need their Legion to have an impact and make sure that the space is there for this Arc Warden to blossom. And he's still at the top, of course. Arc Warden with the double Midas is effective, keeping on par with Sumail's farm.
Yep. I think you feel good if you're both teams. The game plan they came into is working. EG just trying to slow the pace of the game until they've got Blink Daggers on their initiators, and Drow's got a couple of items to keep herself safe. They want to be gunning for Arc Warden all game, but Ace recognizing, I'm just going to go the fastest farming acceleration build I can. This immediately into Maelstrom, just trying to shove lanes, get as farmed as possible, as the rest of the squad just plays a part. Look at this S4, he's got to blink up. He actually rushed the blink with DD bottled. This is huge because now these inevitable mid-game fights for these towers, specifically the mid lane, I don't know how you stop EG if you can't kill S4 pre-split.
And just with the Maelstrom on Ace tell you that he is going to be joining these fights as soon as EG push, or are you going to look to see Ace just stay pretty much away from any sort of action and just put focus on keeping the waves out?
He can TP into it, but it's tough to make moves with Ace. He doesn't ever want to be in a position where he's the first target EG can beeline for, because they do have a ton of reach thanks to the blink and the waveform forwards that's always available on Sumail, who will be going Lincolns. So I haven't seen that very often in this tournament. Mostly it's the Morbid Mask into just raw damage output. but it's quite nice here because it ensures
It just makes him unkillable, though, doesn't it?
the duel, the Wyvern ult, the Sand stun, all of these get canceled, and there really isn't much that you can do as NIP to burn this before you pick up an item to do so.
Whereas, you know, obviously an EG they have, as you say, instant ways to get in, instant ways to start the fight. Once the Blink Dagger's there on crit, a jump and an echo is an easy follow-up for the rest of EG to come in and take a team fight.
Yeah, but don't let this slow pace fool you. As soon as we start looking at Roshan as an objective, this game is going to get real bloody real quick. There's no Blink Dagger on either 4 position, but they're coming up very soon. 400 away on the Shaker, 200, 300 away on Soxus. So, again, near identical performances by these sides.
33, they've been found, tries for the TP out, they block him up with the Fisher with the Macropie down. They should have the damage to do this, so maybe Saxon can come in the Burrow Strike, they can help him. No, there's the stun. Fada, he tried to pitch, but he does it too early, so the stun is still there on 33, and that'll mean that 33 is gone. S4 gets the kill on the Prophet. The rest of NIP still hanging around this split. Fada does have a duel if they can catch S4 as he comes out of it, but the Ice Path allows S4 to freely blink out. Nothing can be done from NIP to trap him. S4's back to safety.
Kids know me, ever in that scenario, make sure you bind your blink to quick cast, because as long as you're spamming it, whether you're OD coming out of an Astral, Shadow Demon out of Disruption, like, you're going to be able to get it off before those ticks of damage. Very few spells will ever cancel a Brew Blink so long as he's on the ball. And just unfortunate there, Sox, if he stuns the Pandas, he saves a 3-3, and a really nice play by S4. He dispelled the heal from the Legion Commander that would have kept his Prophet alive. It's a maxed out press the attack on Fada. EG definitely controlling a bit more of the map, but Arc Warden manufacturing gold just because of the nature of the hero. Double Midas off cooldown.
Bot stun as well, so Ace can quickly get around to those positions in the map and Ace can reach to farm.
Sumail with Lincoln's going E-Blade next. I like the decision. It's all about the burst. You just hold the Wyvern, you go for the Arc Warden. That's why Nip bans Storm, because they've got to protect these backlines.
That's the Blink pickup. Is able to close the gap onto the Shaker and set up for a successful duel for Fata.
That's huge.
It's the first Blink showing. It's a nice one.
It helps slow down crits as well. He's still 250 gold away from the purchase. And EG, they don't really want to make any super aggressive plays till they have that counter initiation available. TP's coming in bottom, 3 of them. But Sumail, it's very tough to take this hero down unless you can cancel the Lincolns. There it is, but don't have enough setup for the Wyvern ulti unless they're almost all clumped around as Fada arrives to duel, who will be going Blink post drums. The damage output on Nip will not be there. They're going to have to outplay EG because all of their sustained DPS is going to be this Arc Warden.
And it's going to be hard with how EG's cores are farming. It's, you know, Arteezy is not getting caught out. He's farming it very smartly.
And just only drow things.
Yeah. One death in the landing stage, and since then they've not been able to find him or get on top of him at all. It's been a freak drought for Artor.
Even though they got crushed top, but he's already exceeded 3-3 with just the nature of the hero. He's been chilling in this bottom half of the map for quite some time. If we got a heat map, throw it up, because you're going to see, no reason to do anything once that landing stage ends. You can cross the river, but only for those 2 creep camps. Anything else is a bit too risky. And they've warded consistently around that Radiant bottom shrine to protect it. And you can see another one replaced, blocking the entrance into the jungle. They also have a lane ward middle, just trying to control the center of this map, ensure that Roche doesn't become an objective for NIP.
And we'll see if Fada's able to make a jump with that newly found Blink. He's got it. He's got his eyes on mid, alongside Sand King and the EG. They are prepared. S4's there on the side. Primal Split at the ready if a fight does kick off. S4 blinking in on top of PPD, but PPD's in the trees safely. EG trying the best to finish off this tower. They have the full 5-man actually around here, also bringing Arteezy over to the fight.
And up top 3-3, this is the beauty of nature's prophet. He's going to be able to kill this tier 2 if EG don't decide to get frisky. But it's tough. There's so much deep push on the NIP. They've got 3 different heroes that can just spam spells. I see Fada.
S4 still gets the blink off. He's on top of PPD. And he holds him down with the ultimate. As S4's held in place. S4's still good to go there. They can try and chase on for more. He looks towards the high ground, but he doesn't want to go blindly up there. It's a bit of a jump from both sides, but nobody dying.
Yeah, this game's poised on the knife's edge. It's so tough. It's 6-6, almost 20 minutes into the game, but it's not as if these teams aren't trying to make plays. It's just that they have so much defensive capabilities that diving forwards could end up just throwing a game. And any team that loses a critical engagement, they give away Roach too, because of the nature of these lineups. So Fada, he's just dead.
He got baited in for that. He tried to contest for the bounty rune, but Fada with a quick blink of jewel catches him out. Elsewhere on the map, PPD should fall, he's on his own. But definitely the bigger catch there for NIP, getting the kill on Artur and getting that extra damage onto Fata.
And they're going to Shrine. Oh, they're going to look to smoke here on EG, I think. But there's a ward. They saw that on NIP.
They did.
They got to be careful middle, but that's just the illusion. No problems.
And will actually disappear before he's able to hit it down.
Does that pop smokes? That pop smokes. Is that intended?
It works as a hero. Regards.
I suppose. S4's got to be careful.
They've got to jump from Saxa. See if they can get S4. S4's got the split if he actually, but he doesn't get it off. He holds onto it for too long.
Yeah, caught the spark wave. Didn't see it coming. Too much damage output from Ace. Mjolnir finished. Oh my god, Ace is so farmed. All of a sudden his net worth has skyrocketed. He's 2k ahead of the game.
Yeah, he can definitely turn up to the fights now and be a huge issue for EG.
And look at the item build. I actually think this is the play here from Ace. I have not seen anyone do this in so long. Okay, he had Blink queued up, now it's Shadowblade. But if you go Hex at some point with some sort of mobility item, just your illusion around the map is a threat because 3-3 can always just teleport in to provide more damage. Who also went for a Midas, by the way, post Spirit Vessel. NIP definitely gearing up for the long haul. They know this game is going to go late. They want to ensure that they don't lose and put themselves on a clock.
But from the draft perspective, sort of the panel and you say that EG should still feel more comfortable in the late game.
But it's the super late game.
Okay. That's Vada. They get the jumping crit, trying to help out, make sure that they don't lose this duel. He's going to get the kill, doesn't get the bonus damage, and will lose his life for that. Maybe they can get Saxa as well here. Saxa shot down by Artur's drop. As EG will punish NIP for going a little bit deep for that kill attempt.
You gotta be careful, PPD. They're just going straight for him. You can see
then. Sumail closing the gap whilst the Legion form. There's the attack damage and speed there. But the press the attack, punching down the Wyvern. Tower taken as well.
And that's the down, like NIP, you got aggressive. You found your one kill, but now all of a sudden you just walk into Roche if you're EG.
And here we have it once again, just using this buff of the Legion. Sumail has a lot of punching power to take this objective of Roche. The top lane is getting pressured in by the Treants.
Exactly, and I think NIP now for the next 5-10 minutes, you got to think about creep waves and abusing EG's lack of wave clear. You aren't capable of taking fights, as we've just witnessed. The Brew and the Earthshaker, they are lords of the game right now. You just get these waves, try and clear the the tower's bottom, and maybe even threaten tier 3. You've got tons of global mobility. Prophet could always teleport in, summon trees, and then all of a sudden Ace is there too, or just sends his clone. Who knows?
Oh, the blade mail finished on Fada, and smoke picked up as well. If they pop it, they can look to hunt. And if they catch Sumail while shifted low and full in Agi, it's definitely going to hurt.
It's all about this game of cat and mouse. NIP, Arc Warden does more damage. Oh, top, they're going to go fly for free.
They've got their eyes on him. Epicenter will be used.
Yeah, Ace does more damage, but he's far more susceptible to being targeted, whereas Sumail's Morph, especially with Linken's and Aegis, now a Manta complete as well. You don't ever feel confident trying to dive forwards for him. And oh no, they found Saxa, who blinks away.
The blink, but Crit's there with the chase. There's the power strike though from Saxa into the TP, and in the trees, he's going to get out of there. Crit will look for the target of 33. Once the core instead, we'll be able to cancel the TP, and more than enough damage offered from Sumail.
Another nice kill, but look around the map. NIP, they lose one, but they're always ensuring that the other two lanes are going to be shoved. That's how you got to play this. You're into the Aegis. You're not concerned about the game going later. You've got the Midases. It's still a very stable game. They're going to smoke towards top, though. And this is the beauty. When you're shoving lanes around the map, you can abuse the global mobility. Arc Warden invis top.
He's got that DD room picked up as well. Fada, if he can find the catch, Ace starting to kick the fight off with the Tempest double, getting aggressive. Crit is below. Saxa in with the two-man bonus strike. There's the LC duel follow-up. And Kuslan does come in, but it doesn't matter. They've got the 2 kills required. Now it looks to see if they can chase down Sumail. Go for the TP out. Is there any cancel? There's not.
Oh,
yeah, using the ultimate there, but of course nothing else to pop through the Lincolns and then hold him down.
Well, look at this now. Ace bottom lane with his real hero.
Quick plays. Ace up and down the map, making an impact top, making an impact bottom.
That's how you do it. You split, you get EG a bit confused. That was the Shadowblade reveal, only using the clone, and then his real hero is still bottom. Just perfect. This is Ace's signature hero. And he's showing why.
Yeah, the net worth massively above the average at the moment on this Arc Warden.
And they get the free towers bottom now, perhaps. Runes are spawning. It looks like EG are going to lose all 4.
See Sumail at least try and finish off the double. Get himself a bit of the bonus from that. As you say, room controls there for NIP, the net worth lead as well. 5K advantage at 25 minutes in. Ace just sailing ahead in farm. Very hard for Sumail and Arthur to keep up with.
Yeah, it's tough, and this is where the S4 build comes into question, right? Because he went for the rush blink into Vlad's, and sure, you got that one nice pick off, but the lack of Midas means that he won't be that huge brew we've gotten used to seeing. The level 20, level 25 talents, like, that make this hero an incredible force in the late game, but right now it looks like EG need fights, or they're going to slowly see that lead of NIP increase. And Ace, he smells blood in the water. He's just going to keep making plays.
Yeah, he just goes past the tower here with the Tempest double and starts to punch into crit. Crit, will he die here? Ooh.
One more Mjolnir proc would have done it.
So scary, and that's 4 heroes having to deal with that pressure applied.
Yep, and look at the warding as well from NIP. Very aggressive. They want to be playing enemy side of the map at all times. You don't have any worries about your dead lane because you've got 2 different heroes capable of just shoving waves while still being able to join the team with the global mobility. That's why up top, their kill potential is just playing around this top wave, because as soon as it enters base, like you can see right here, the clone, the treants, you're actually threatening the tier 3, and it forces EG back.
They've got to get back, but at the same time, if they do get back, it's not an easy defense. The jumps there from NRP, fortification has to come out from EG. They're smoked up down bottom, but they need to make it back up here if they want to try and hold on to this area of the base. Zip ball from Sumail, start to lay down the Spark Race as he moves into the form of the Arc Warden. And it will slow down the siege for now, but already half damage done to that tier 3 on that top lane. EG have got to be prepared for this sort of split pressure from NRP, because NRP can do it so well. He's behind the real Arc Warden. Held back by the Yule Scepter. TP coming in as well from 33. There's the ult. Holds them in place. Are they going to try and follow this up or run away? Looks like it's the retreat that they're after. Ace getting out of there with a Shadow Blade, and Saxa should that blink back up soon enough to escape. Sentry's going to be laid down, but Ace already far enough away in the trees. They'll continue to try and hunt for him, but he's well and truly hidden. Saxa as well will not be found, as that scan actually just missing Saxa, as they did scan quite close to him. In fact, in the middle lane of the river, they're going to look to fight back. The NIP's in with the duel. That's a dead crit. They catch the shaker. Saxa's in with a blink bar strike on supply. NIP's going to find more potentially. Sumail moves into the SK, will get the revenge. He comes in with a bar strike. Actually, he's up to the high stages. They want to try and find more, but he's got to be careful.
He didn't get the regen either. They have to get out of here for EG. Regen will be picked up by Sumail. And I love games like this because you can see both teams have plans, right?
They know the times.
EG, they want to go find a fight. They try and force it. NIP, they scatter away and then immediately look to find skirmishes once EG splits back up. You don't want those full team engagements yet. Your advantage is not big enough. You just want to abuse map control and your ability to force EG to opposite corners of the map just to deal with their waves.
And Ace, Orchid complete too, so we sort of saw before how he could just send the Tempest double out and cause a lot of issues. If he finds supports on their own, they will die.
And Arteezy going for a Linken's as well. They recognize the importance of being able to stop NIP from using these single target abilities and items. And also that's the power of Wyvern. That's why PPD third picks it, because EG will end up beelining for your Arc Warden. You've got to be there to get that peel off. Doesn't matter if you end up dying. Just save your cores, buy them space, buy them time. It's very difficult for EG to ever threaten high ground if they don't have like at least 3 or 4 enemies on the side of NIP go down first, just because they're waves.
Yeah, Sumail's ready to get the kills now though. The E-Blade complete on top of the Mantling, as we already talked about. This very pretty much unkillable build. This Morphling, not only invincible, but also very potent if he finds a catch. As Sumail will move over toward that top lane.
S4?
He's struggling this game, Carl. He walked back in, bottom, then with another horn out. Just like that. 2 big core kills and take it. They Sumail kills Ace. So EG, they will take a trade there.
They didn't even use Echo there.
It's a lot of money for Sumail as well. Of course, Ace having a brilliant game, and that's 900 gold going the way of them all. But EG losing both Arteezy and S4. Pressure is now available for NIP to push down on this bottom lane. They have to be careful of Sumail though. He's a killer, and he wants blood as he zips in. But pop the Linkers, they'll go in with the burst strike. They do not have to all up again.
Yep, that was the E-Blade reveal up top there. He actually just obliterated Ace, who while he's farmed, only 2300 HP, 9 armor. Sumail wrecked him. They lost 2 around the map, however. Very even back and forth. Only 17-13 bounty runes in 10 seconds. EG, even though they had that kill on the critical core, it's so difficult for them to get aggressive on the map. They're going to lose 3 bounties here.
And as soon as they're back out again, it's been scanned out. Fada and Saxa there on the high ground. Duel ready. if EG do head up, and they won't. They know that they've been found out.
Yep, next big objective is Roche. 30 seconds to 3 minutes 30 on the spawn. It's very big. Both squads need that Aegis on their big core. The BKB timing's critical. You've got one on the Furion, soon to be finished on Fada. Sumail will be closing on his soon. And Arteezy going for the Lincolns. This could hurt the side of EG because Arteezy now, if he actually is jumped, if they get the stun off, they get the duel off, he will just die.
Arteezy, as you say, at the moment they're not pushing with the team, still staying on his own, farming these side lanes, making sure that he can get that item done. Ace, bringing the double in. They've got good vision down though on the side of EG with observers and sentries to make sure that this Tempest double doesn't get the kills that it's hunting for.
Yep. He's up 3-3. What's he going for? Yeah, the AC as expected. He's got the Vlads on Nip though. Someone's probably going to figure out that that item is still necessary. I like Soxa. Soxa's the Yules, and this is my concern with the EG double Lincolns, because Soxa can just blink in, and sure, his initiation will be delayed by that one frame, but he's still going to be able to find the stun, and that nullifies the 5,000 gold that both big cores on the side of EG have selected to go for. And Brew just is not really a core in this game. S4 playing more of a 4 position Brew. But him and Crit are still going to be the ideal team fighters. They just have to make sure that one of their initial targets is the Wyvern of PPD. That's going to be tough. He's got an Aether Lens. He's just going to chill in the back, try and get Arc Warden out of dodge, let him pick a high ground to just become that Gatling gun.
Yeah, the Winter's Curse should be there every fight.
Roche is up, smokes out, both sides.
See Saxa and Fada on the low ground, EG.
EG's under the wards of NIP, and you can see, Nip, they don't want to run into a squad assembled. They want to find these pickoffs. DD bottoms could be big if somebody finds it. Looks like it'll be Fada.
If they can make the move up into that jungle area, he could get the catch onto Arteezy.
Yep.
Arteezy behind the shrine. Still a very risky part to fight into, and yeah, with the Lincolns now done, Artur a lot safer from these sort of jumps from the Legion.
You can see, look how fast the side lanes go. And all of a sudden, EG, they've got to once again split up around the map. So difficult for them to try and get momentum going, because just a clone up top of Ace clears 2 waves immediately, and all of a sudden the tier 3 is once again going to be under pressure if EG don't respond. The ward just faded in the mid wave so that they won't see NIP anymore. They've got a smoke ready on PPD, I think. No, none available. They'd used it, but wisely just choose not to walk up into an engagement. Sumail finishes his BKB. Now no real way to stop him. That stops the cancel.
I don't think they can kill him. It's so hard. They have to, as you said, perfectly pop the Lincolns, make sure he doesn't get this BKB on Manta off. He's just so tricky to lock down with this build that he's gone for, Sumail.
Ace just clearing off the mid tier 2, and he actually, Arteezy? Scaring me, but that takes him out of the fight, and now it's a 4-on-5 on top.
The base. EG are still going to try and push on. They get the jump in immediately. There's the damage from Sumail. Burst down PPD. The lockdown there onto Saxa. There won't be a duel, but it doesn't matter. Already Sumail has pretty much full strength. He can just withstand any sort of damage. Follows already thrown up anyway by S4 split. They'll jump themselves away. Now EG backing off. And no NFP's got number. Saxa still actually alive. He was able to survive. Ace hunting things down with the Tempest double, but the rest of NIP are backing off. They don't want to try and chase down EG.
Yeah, somebody's got to pick up. Oh, they do have it, but man, that's crazy. They got Wyvern. You can see as soon as they kill the Wyvern, it's much easier for them to commit to fights. But even still, like, just you got to play flawlessly on PPD here, because he just dies to the E-Blade combo. Sumail cannot find him, and this makes vision super important for both sides. Roche is going to be the next objective we play around. Who's going to spot who first?
Saxa, thinking about setting things up. There's the Tempest double in with the Bloodthorn. So much damage out from Ace. The supports are easy pickings for him.
Yep.
Though they're losing the Tempest double, it's always a nice bonus to the cause of EG, picking up that 300 gold bounty from taking it down. So sure, they lose a support, but you can't underestimate the gold that Tempest double does feed.
Yep. And it's so cool. EG, they still have the pressure. They want to try and find fights, and I think they still have a slight advantage if they were to just beeline for each other 5-on-5. But Nip can find kills and go for kills without investing nearly as much. It's just a Tempest double and a stun. In fact, Soxa didn't even stun. He threw out a Yules and said, "Hey, Ace, come kill this guy."
Ace. I think with that Bloodthorn, S4, another death here on the Brute.
Yeah. Hex is the next item as well. Perfect for Mace. It's all about just split pressure.
My goodness, there was a Sand there. I'm pretty sure about it, but now he's gone. Bismorph, the power of Sumail. Just getting rid of him every single time.
It's tough. Both sides, like Morph and Arc Warden, are lords of the map, and no mere support may stand against them. It doesn't even take any investment. It's just they're just dead. You get your spells off, those heroes will fall. Again, the thing is, Ace, he has the luxury of doing this without having to invest his hero. And every time Arteezy takes out the clone, I'm scared. I feel like one of these days, it's going to be the clone that reigns victorious.
NIP to deal with, but it's certainly not impossible, right? They've got great team fight. The setup with the Winter's Curse, the epicenter follow-ups. It seems like it's a very hard game for EG to fight into. How do EG sort of take back control?
Well, it starts with the talents. You have level 25 on Morph coming up in just a moment, whether he gets the multi-shot, adaptive, or the two waveforms. That's going to be great for him. And more important, Arteezy, one level away from 50% cooldown reduction. That is huge. That is going to equalize it a bit, but I don't think NIP ever really feel like they want to take a 5-man engagement. It's going to be EG just forcing the issue somewhere.
Yeah, because for NIP, they can just keep the game played like this, right? All waves are always on EG's half of the map. The chance of EG able to be, push actually towards the base of NIP, it requires them to get these kills, take a team fight. But NIP, they're not letting it happen.
And you can look, you have to be so careful. There are now 4 Spark Wraiths in the pit. That actually just kills the support that goes to face check it.
So, nobody looks in there for EG. Those will get a nasty surprise.
It's cool though. You can see both teams really just feeling each other out, trying to figure out when is our go time. I think NIP, this is their strat. As we've seen, they haven't overstepped their limits here at all. In fact, they've probably played a bit more conservative just to ensure they don't take that critical engagement that would give EG a leg in this game. They're just riding these Midases. S4's net worth continues to fall in proportion to the enemy course.
And it's definitely the case that you can see PPD's idea of how to tackle this game. He knew what to expect from EG as a draft. This is the plan, and so far it feels like the plan, it's working out for them.
Yep.
It really is. It's keeping EG on their toes and making it very hard for EG to make plays of their own.
I mean, these teams know each other very well, right? I'm sure NIP, they were 100% prepared for Bulb to first pick Drow, as he's done a few times, but that's the strat, that's what EG likes to do. They want to stay in their comfort zone. NIP had a pocket plan, and this is the outcome. Still tough to say who will win for sure. There's going to at least be one big fight. Bounty Rune spawn, DD on Sumail. I still think EG have to just get their lanes to a good point and just make a play. Try and get something happening, unless they're of the feeling that, hey, we don't mind taking this game out late. But I always favor the squad with global mobility into the hyper late game because it's so much easier to capitalize on an enemy mistake.
Sumail, he's going to go for this Roche. And NIP, even though they've got so many wards up and down the river, they aren't aware of this, and they're not, by the looks of it, going to be able to head over in time. As Sumail should get this one for the team. Aegis now on this Morph. It's already unkillable Morph.
Yep, and they saw the DD. I think that's the right play, because it doesn't matter if EG gets Roche. You're still not going to fight them. The whole plan is just push out these waves, abuse map control. So
what do you do now if you're EG with this Aegis? You start pushing for the base.
Yep, you want to find some sort of opening here. It's just so hard because, I mean, look at where Ace is playing. He's in his own base as his clone goes to threaten the bottom tier 3.
Yeah, Ace has been absolutely on top of this game. Every single micro and usage of the Tempest double has done so much for the team. as a whole, as EG just keep having to respond to these plays with so many resources.
Yep. And the key item is on Sumail. You see it queued up. He needs bots. Somebody's got to have the ability to shove a side lane and then join his team, because otherwise it's just going to be this continuous game of really EG just yo-yoing around the map, and it's Ace pulling the strings.
I mean, I feel like this game, it could be a long one, right? If it continues as such.
I mean, it's already a long one.
It already is.
It's above average time, if I'm not mistaken, and it's no sign of ending soon, though. Any mistake, any miscue from one squad here, the game could end within a minute or two.
Sumail. Let's get a hex after the Bloodthorn pops his Lincolns. Still holding himself as Trip will be there, and they will be able to get rid of the double. More gold for Sumail as he TPs himself out. Eyes on the arcane room from Fly. PPD's on the eyes of the two of them, and 33 popping the BKB, trying for RTs, they get the duel. They pop the Lincolns, they get the duel. They should get this kill with round to start. Is that he's still alive? He does. The line's still jumping for Saxa with a power strike for this. Sumail into the Saxy, power strike back onto Saxa. The E-Blade nuke as well. They get the kill onto the SK, and RTZ survives. They'll get PPD as well. EG finally able to force that fight they've been hunting for.
That was huge, and it was baited. Nip, they went for the engagement, but they weren't able to kill RTZ before he got the Satanic off, and a big part of that is the status resistance, 30%. So he pops out much faster than Nip realized, and just pops Satanic immediately. You're not able to kill him off. Ace was a little bit slow rather, on that rotation with his clone. So close, and EG are going to look to punish. Nip's supports should be alive before they enter the base, but I take that back, because Saxa will certainly still be dead. But look top, Ace with his clone just looking to keep pressuring.
Pressure's coming in.
His heroes back.
Question is, how much can EG do whilst also dealing with the pressure? RTZ hexed up, and that allows the Tempest double for the space to take that range Rex away.
For bottom, Sumail's in.
He is. He's looking for the kick. With the jump forward, they'll nuke down.
Wow.
33. The Prophet is dead. 80 seconds. He has got buyback. S4 helped and backed off. And Sumail using the Legion to buff him up, keep the brew safe. S4 has to be careful. Doesn't have the split. Sumail wants to push on. Wants to find as much as he can whilst EG have the number of advantage. Still a 4 minute. Let's get caught out by the Hex and the Silence. The backfire's in as well. The duel, the controller to S4, the Brew's dead. Now EG have to get out of there. Jump forward. They'll put the Lincoln. Sumail's got to be careful. He'll get himself away. Crit still left behind though. The Shaker trying to hide in the trees. But there's the tree itself surrounding Crit. Does pop the cheese. Back up. He's got the Echo. He's trying to turn, but there's the Silence to Hex. He's dead. Sumail came back in for the power strike. Catches him out. Spill vessel upon him. Will put them out to try to get away with the Sprout. Controls him into the SK. Tries to escape, but he can't.
Team's here.
Fly and RTZ. Can they help him against the full lineup of NRB Saxa? There's the epicenter moving in. RTZ starts to hit towards Saxa. Sumail. BKB pop. Zips in. Silence catching that 33, but 33 goes for the TP scroll. He's out of there. Artur and Fly have to be careful. Sumail. BKB's about to end. He'll get Saxa. Nuke down fire as well with the E-Blade. Sumail keeps his distance. And EG are able to claim some good kills in response, getting both the SK and the Legion.
This game is so tense. It's the same story over and over, right? Nip, they force EG to split up, and then they strike immediately. Even though they lost 3-3, it didn't matter. They still felt confident that they could shove EG out of the base, who were unable to finish off the tier 3. It's at just 93 health. Otherwise, these shrines would already be targeted.
And this is still a window that EG can work with.
Yeah.
Right? There's two heroes dead. They can definitely try and force out the buybacks.
They will get the tier 3. Oh, will they? Get the into the bubble with the illusion. No! 1 HP!
1 HP. The tower remains and the shrines will stay protected for now.
He's gonna just send another Manta. But yeah, RTZ needs bots. They have to just try and deal with these lanes. It's Scotty now up on RTZ. He's so much tankier.
RTZ Crypt again able to deal with that. I mean, is there a reason why
they're trying to just defend?
One touch will do it, but the Sprout holding it back. They do finally get it. That's the tower gone. Shrines are open, and EG will move straight away to start taking those down. As Sumail and Fly will remove the bottom one.
Oh, he doesn't have the gem anymore, does he? He's dust. There's a lot of EG heroes here.
The real Ace. Ace has got to be dead. Silence onto the two of them. He's got the back of a Saxon. Saxon tries the bow strap, and the Lincolns keep up. Easy safe as Ace will fall. EG get the big kill. S4 gets the primal split to make sure he doesn't die to the Tempest double, and now he can try and chase for more. Looking towards Saxa. Saxa into the side, power strike is out. Does still get caught up by the stun from the primal. He's in the river, blink out, he'll be fine for now. Saxa getting himself away. But that's an 80-second timing, no Ace. EG will see if they're able to try and force out that buyback.
You see EG, come on, this is the hyper late game we were talking about with these 25 talents.
Top lane Saxon trying to play around with Fly, but the 4-star allows Fly to get away from the Epi. That's Epi gone.
Yep.
They don't have it for this defense, as EG are ready to push to the high ground.
It's 2 real cores versus 1. That's the problem for NIP. The Prophet's farmed, but you can't really do much to these EG cores. They're so tanky, they're so farmed, and the level 25 talents give them so much mobility.
And now they're getting the barracks.
They're getting 2, it looks like. Ace is going to have to buy back if they want to defend this.
The Winter's Curse, they've got the duel, they will pop the link, because BKB's going to be popped by Sumail to play it safe. He'll get back, but he gets the melee racks and the range wreck to mid lane as well. RTZ pushing on. Loads of talks out upon him. EG will be careful, they still want to force out that buyback. Sumail zipping up to the high ground with the waveform.
They're trying to save the Ace buyback. They know Megas are not available because EG haven't taken the top 2 towers. They'll trade 1 racks, even 2, to preserve their Arc Warden's buyback, because otherwise it's easy for EG. They just dive Ace, find 1 kill, and that'll end the game.
They really want to hold on to this buyback. It's going to cost them 2 sets of racks by the looks of it. And the melee rack's gone. EG pushing on. RTZ as strong as ever with the backup of his team. No fear of the NIP lineup. As sure, they didn't have to expend the buyback, but now the base of NIP in a very sorry state.
Top Shrine already taken. Roche will spawn in 1 to 4 minutes, but this is the key area of the map EG wants.
Look at that. That control of the game that EG had. Yep. That patience and knowledge at the time to strike back. It was there.
It's all about these level 25s. They've got them online. And they're going to look to dive here. It looks like Ace already TP'd his clone bottom. Nip have to be careful, especially PPD.
As EG has forced trying for the commitment. He'll jump in, but the instant hex, the silence. He'll jump in, Fada's there to hold the duel onto S4. They'll kill off the Boo, but the rest of EG is still good to fight. Trying to go towards Fada with the BKB is fine. EG will have to back off, as S4's failed initiation will mean they'll be outnumbered.
So tense right now. And I think, what items would NIP get to change the game state here? You got MKB on 3-3's Prophet. He is dealing heavy damage, but the problem is that the EG cores just have so much more innate survivability in comparison to NIP's. They're reliant on the peel of their friendly supports, the AoE cleanse that's up on their Legion Commander, whereas EG, like, it just feels like you can play so much more offensively minded with no fear. I mean, Sumail specifically, 0 deaths, 14-0-3.
Yeah, the build has just been absolutely perfect from his morph this game. No mistakes whatsoever from Sumail's play.
And he's saving gold. He's going to go for the Daedalus next. Don't know what he would get rid of, actually. He's fully capped out. And you need to have Boots of Travel. I still think that if EG are going to lose this game, it's going to be on the back of Nip splitting them up and skirmishing. They're going to look for a smoke now. I don't think EG saw it.
Tempest Double's going to lead the way.
They see RTZ. They pop his Lincolns too.
They get the Hex as well. Can they follow this up? They'll look towards him. Saxa looking for the wraparound on the side. Still very careful about how they make this jump though, NIP. There's the jump though, Saxa. He'll look towards Fly first. They'll get rid of the Jakiro. Lincoln's down, Lotus being popped down onto RTZ, trying to keep him as safe as possible. There's the pop of the Linkers. They will be out to control. On the side with that ult. Vada's in, looking for the duel. BKB's pop, but he doesn't get the duel off. He doesn't cast in time. He'll try and chase down RTZ, but he won't be able to close the gap. They will get the kill onto Crypt, but RTZ is allowed to walk away as Fada. He just didn't get the duel off.
Yep, Roche has spawned though. You know it's an objective. Both cores on both support on GG at buyback. You're going to need to contest this. This is the refresher shard.
I mean, I imagine right in that sense, Fada probably couldn't have got the duel because the Lincolns was back on, available for RTZ after, of course, being held up by Lincolns of his teammate. So it's very hard for Fada to get these duels.
Immediate split from S4, that was a bit early.
He's pushing him out of the pit. And there's on the backlines, Ace starting to poke with that side they're in. They pop the Lincoln on RTZ. RTZ has to be careful. It's down to half HP. Into the pit Sumail goes, but Saxa blinks out. The primer split about to come to an end. S4's going to see if he can try and help with the Wind Panda to get some sort of catch. Maybe cancel it, blink in, set something up as EG have the space to go into the pit.
S4 used his BKB there as well. He is a non-factor in these engagements.
Winter's Curse is unavailable for 20 seconds. PPD doesn't have any. He's gone out, PPD's gone. He's got buyback, he'll use it straight away. 33 from the BKB. Sumail still trying to finish up Roshan.
They got the Lotus of Hex off onto the Arc Warden.
BKB popped here by Sumail, making sure that he can get this right. Oh, in the Fada! He steals the Aegis, but S4 refresher shot, the splits up again. They instantly kill off Fada's Aegis. They'll look to go for him a second time around the ice path. The control of Fada, stuck in the pit, he needs help. Cold Embrace is there from PPD, but S4 sends PPD up into the air with the Wind Panda. Fada, can he escape? BKB pop, but he cannot walk out of this. EG have the damage, they kill Fada. He's dead for 100.
He's got buyback. Aegis was used, Refresher Shard was used, so that whole Roche engagement is for naught. Nothing really changing. We're going to have some buyback trades. Both EG supports do not have one. Fada's going to be forced to use his in just a moment. Winter Wyvern as well has his ult available, but
he's got the curse.
Yep, you've got to be more cautious if you're PPD. He was caught inside of the pit. I think just maybe baiting, trading his death to buy a little time so he could buy back. Knew he was going to have to, but...
And such a good play there from S4. He's been having a tough game so far, but getting that refresher shot picked up, popping it so he can have that split, and then have that control to send PPD up into the air. PPD brought back to get a curse off, but he could not because of S4's control.
Yep, I think Ace, he's looking to finish. He has a Moon Shard in his item slot. He needs a BKB, but he has to have gold for buyback before he purchases it. And EG, they're going to look to threaten Megas here. They have the range racks mid still to consume, but for now, I think you're cool just posturing around the base. Your cores both have a ton of innate survivability. And Nip, they're not strong at team fighting. They want to be splitting the map, but EG's on the doorstep.
And they don't want to use this buyback on Fada. They're doing their best to hold on without the need of the Legion to defend against the push of EG.
So tense. But it's just tough. Look at this Nip just standing in the sandstorm. Ace throwing out Spark Wraith after Wraith. They're so much clear that EG are actually going to be forced off. They don't want to walk high ground.
Yeah, they've got to be careful. They know that the Winter's Curse is there, and that's the big play that PPD could catch them out with.
Let's see here. I want to see... I like what Fly's done. You see mid and top, he's placed sentry wards. It's key, because if they can somehow find Ace getting a little too aggressive with his real hero, he dies so quickly, but they need to have that detection. And it's not reliable to play around a support with a gem, because as we've seen, Crit, if he isn't in a safe space, he can just die at any moment if there's a Hex landed on him by either Ace or the 3-3 Prophet. Actually, no, sorry, not the 3-3 Prophet. But it's just so many Hexes. I thought there were two. It's just two Aces.
There's a lot of Hexes, but there's also a lot of Lincolns. And we're seeing EG with those Lincolns.
Yep.
And Lotus Orbs, of course, Crit as well, able to, you know, just at least make sure that the target isn't fully focused after he's been a Hextra. It's not going to save him immediately, but it does put them off from fully committing on a target.
Yep. And I'm definitely buying this Drow Lincolns now, because BKB is nice,
for sure.
but he has a 6-second cooldown on the Lincoln spell block. Yeah. And in addition, he's got both of his supports itemizing for a Lotus Orb. They're just doing their best to ensure their cores can't be targeted by these single spell abilities. And one missed Wyvern ulti, one improper Hex that Ace unfortunately gets on himself, that could just completely throw the game for NIP. And EG, this is where you want to be playing as Dire, this top shrine of Radiant area, because you have this great high ground ward. Just camp here. You have sentries on either end, although the one on the left side just fell. And Nip's in the base. This is the first time I think EG have been able to successfully contain this Nip lineup. I'm sure the super waves in both mid and bottom do help.
Now the question is, it really is asking for NIP, now that they are behind, do they have a plan to get out of this position with their draft? It was very clear what they wanted to do, keep the split pressure on, but with 2 racks down on the middle and that bottom lane, they just can't play as they were. There's no way for them to have enough pushing power to get EG out of this position. EG can just constantly hold outside the base. As S4, he's up to the high ground with the split. He's looking to start things off potentially. They'll kill the Tempest double. He'll start focusing the tower. They're just going to push on EG.
He's got the cooldown talent. He hit 25.
With 33 pop the BKB. He's trying to lead in, but look at this damage from Arteezy. Fortification has to be used by NIP to keep the tower safe. But EG slowly breaking down.
Whoa, look at S4.
We'll get out with the blink after the split.
Yeah, I think they killed his Earth Panda, but Nip, they're going to smoke out. They know there's no split for just a moment. They could hug the left side too, and they're going to try and do the big wraparound.
Oh, if they can get a catch here, this would be huge, being the position that they're in. They've been forced into a very hard play.
It's the nice high ground vision. This is huge for NIP.
They'll get Crit. Jump in with the bow strike. On him. The lockdown there. The jaw shaker's gone for 2 minutes.
3 minutes, and he's dead for a while too. Well, yeah, a full 2 minutes, and he has no buyback. That was a huge play. They finally get a wraparound where they'll have the vision advantage. Now they're going to look to team fight. It's still on guy.
They're going to try and find 4v5. They get the silence. Fire jumps out in time before Arteezy gets the torch off. Saxon safe for now by the cold embrace, but Samel back in. Turns into this SK. Has the power strike. Saxon's gone, but Saxon does have buyback available.
Be so careful, PPD. He can't die here. He has no buyback.
We'll get out before any sort of control from the Wind Panda or the Earth Panda is there. He's back to base.
And so tense. I love it. Both teams playing well, and how fitting that the death timers on both 4 positions are nearly in sync. After the way this game has gone, 25-24, Nip has the kill lead, but EG certainly with an advantage in terms of the destruction of the enemy base, which is the name of the game after all. Approaching our first hour-long game of the day, if I'm not mistaken, or was that Liquid one?
No, I believe this one. There's no surprise. I mean, Samael, he has been absolutely bossing at this game. 15-0-5. We've seen a lot of good morphling performances in the history of Dota, but this definitely has to be up there from Samael. Very close to the top.
Yeah. He told me before the game, I don't want to be called king anymore. I asked what I should nickname him. He said, call me the GOAT.
And he's showing why you should this game.
BO3, they're still just, I think they're going to try and keep rinse repeating. Yep, you brew split, use the duration of it to force glyph or objective damage.
It's free damage. Free damage on the racks. What do NRP do about this play?
Yep, they put the Lincolns on the Ranger. They're just going to keep spamming Mances. Just slowly whittle down the nip base, force them to come out and play.
Texas back within 10 seconds. That's 33. BKB pop.
Ooh. Yep. I think S4 did the right move here. Instead of going for that right-click build, he itemized not for as much scaling. So he went for the health to the split units and the split cooldown. So he's all about the split and just creating this 20-second window where you can't fight through him, and EG always get that little bit of damage. And you can see even now, like, remember when Arteezy was going down to like a quarter HP to kill a clone? All of a sudden, it doesn't even tickle him. He has 10k saved, BKB available for purchase. He's going to switch over to a Moonshard and consume it. I think that's the right decision because you just don't have a slot for the BKB. And I've now come around. The Lincoln Sphere is far more valuable when you look at the way this game is being played out.
Spada, he's going to try for the jump. They got a Hex. They get the jewel. They're going to look down Samael, but he's so tanky, he's just going to stay alive. They cannot kill him off in time. They'll try with the ball strike, but Samael shifting into the HP. Crit. Echo Slam. Down over the two. The Fada's gone. Ball strike for Samael as well. Catches out Saxa. The buybacks have to come out this time from NIP. This PPD will get the blink off part of the golden base up to the high ground. S4 with the Wind Panda. He'll be able to throw the real ace up into the air. EG will back away, respect the two buybacks that come out from NIP. But EG just slowly and meticulously breaking down NIP, forcing out these reactions, forcing out fortifications, forcing out now the buybacks, as EG are just crawling themselves closer and closer to being able to close up this game one.
So methodical. Like, you can see the wards, all of the wards focused around this top area of the map. They're just playing it as 5, even checking the runes, ensuring now Sumail's going to play with the DD. No buyback on 2 heroes on the side of NIP. This is where it gets dicey. You gotta play near flawlessly. You gotta find some way to puncture through this brew and find a kill on a core. But how do you get on top of Sumail before he gets the strength morph off is the question.
I mean, they haven't been able to all get.
We're gonna find the clone. Yep. And all you gotta do, just keep playing. This is the Tal special. I've played with him. When you're this position in the game, just cut 2 waves, play as 5. You can't lose so long as you execute properly. Have to keep splitting, slowly but surely. Glyph not available for 30 seconds.
Top racks are exposed. You have the field at least to stop those hits.
Smells in.
Connecting. Found PPD on the side. PPD's glimmer is about to wear off. He's trying to keep himself hidden, but Samael pops the BKB, commits for the kill. Saxa will try and jump over the epicenter, but Arteezy slides off to the side. Will turn back. Saxa can't afford to die. He's brought back. He's got to play it safe. We'll be able to get back to the high ground, but that is a 3rd buyback forced out now by EG.
Actually, I think NIP overemphasized these single target abilities, the Yules and the Hex on Saxa. If he had a Shiva's, I feel like it'd be so much easier for NIP to play these fights. You cancel the Blink Dagger or the Shaker, but more importantly, you provide vision. Because right now, it just feels like EG have no problem poking out and retreating back to their high ground. NIP have no real way of closing these gaps, and EG are abusing that, finding the 1 kill, forcing the buyback, and I imagine they're going to regroup, grab these bounty runes, look for real runes, and just continue doing the same move.
All these Tempest doubles just being used to keep eyes on EG, know that they're at least still in this area. It is allowing the Prophet to now get out on the map a little bit. 33 starting to push back some of these side lanes. Saxa there as well to help get rid of this pressure that's building up. But the Roshan's up, EG. They'll have the luxury to be able to back up and take that. Very unlikely NIP can do anything about it. It's so hard for them to leave the base with these waves pushing in as such, especially on mid and top lane. And with the speed that EG take this will be a free Aegis cheese and refresher sharp for EG. And with that and the fact that the buybacks for 3 members of NIP are still on cooldown for at least 5 minutes, EG are more than ready to go for the finishing shot.
They put the Aegis on crit. He's most likely to go down here. I'll be playing the background and just, The same game plan. They're going to blink in, split, try and whittle down this base. Glyph is available for NIP, however. They'll be able to delay it for some time. I think Ace making the right move here, trying to get aggressive bot.
Modification does have to be used by EG, but EG now know they've got the numbers, so they'll collapse immediately into the base. They'll take down the range racks. They'll get the melee racks as well, surely.
Oh my god.
Actually, the fortification is going to slow them down a bit, but indeed,
in the base.
He's trying for the tier 4s. He's forcing them back. EG's got to answer to this. They have set back Fly. They'll now be TPing back on more.
Oh, but all of a sudden,
They get the megas though. EG will finish off the base. There's the jump in. They make it kills as well. Cold Embrace is going to be used to try and keep Saxa safe. Samel, he's going to have a bow choke out of this one. But there's the Winter's Curse holding back Samel. Won't save Saxa. And Saxa dead for 2 minutes without buyback. PPD's gone as well. They're able to have the control onto the Prophet 33. He's going to be dead and gone. He does have buyback. But NIP 3 versus 5 now.
they're going to go straight for the base though.
They're
On board
gonna
does
try
a lot of damage. It's going to be a throw.
There's no way they can outdo the drow damage. There's no way as this ancient falling to the drow, falling to the morph. EG, they've got the speed, the power to do it. Close. 62 minutes in, it's a long one. But it is such a carefully crafted game by Evil Geniuses. They played it perfectly. NIP turned up. They had an idea. They had a game plan to deal with the drow lineup of EG. But EG, they were more than prepared. At the start, it looked like the split pressure of NIP would be enough. But EG, with their control and just how sort of regimental and careful they were every single step in that late game made it impossible for NIP to stay ahead.
They were playing the high percentage play. They just continuously built upon the lead to make it more and more.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That should help.